Social workers essentially function as a connection between various facets, like that of the child, the family unit, the school system, the police department, and etc. Such a dynamic is crucial in regards to child welfare. However, due to factors like that of limiting staff and substantial caseloads, the vocation is often deemed as taxing. During our interview with Amanda Brewer, she discussed her personal work environment and or schedule, stating that it is definitely not a Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. type of job. It is more of a sunup to sundown, Sunday through Saturday kind of job. Considering the vocation's demanding workload, combined with said vocation possessing one of the highest rates of injuries and illnesses, an increase in financial compensation, considering that the mean annual wage is currently $49,470, may allow for child welfare agencies to both attract and retain reliable employees.
So thankfully that we've gotten all the sources and we've figured out what arguments should be implemented and talk to the policymakers. We did encounter a bill that is effectively communicating with the public of the availability of existing resources and how crucial it is in developing and or maintaining a certain capacity of reliance involving the foster care system. It would be perceptive to recognize that such issues must be addressed prior to the child's transition. We have witnessed acknowledgement that of the Texas House Bill 3379, or proposed legislation that is assured it will acknowledge the various challenges experienced by foster children that in turn contribute to their independence and or social living. Specifically, it describes utilization of the program preparation for adult living, which includes that of services, benefits, resources, and supports to assist youth in becoming contributive members of society. So this is basically just like an extra and assistance program working with child welfare agencies and foster care. This is just an extra program to allow them to help children who are about to age out create a plan for themselves. And it also hones down onto 2 out of 3 of the issues that we had mentioned. With homelessness, the bill discusses that it will ensure that youth who have aged out of the system may receive aftercare housing in addition to other benefits, if applicable, related to the preparation of adult living program. So that's basically just for children who need an extra few years in order to find their way through housing or other means of living situations outside of the foster care system. And it also helps employment. The bill confirms that it will provide the following documentation to those being at least 18 years old and or having had disabilities or minorities removed. This includes your birth certificate, immunization charts, information locating within your health, personal ID certificate, social security card, and replacement social security card, and your most recent high school transcript, and last but not least, a proof of enrollment in Medicaid. Although the bill does not explicitly discuss that of vocational assistance, the provision of such documentation prior to the child's emancipation is often required during the process to applying for these programs. Within employment, this gives them an opportunity. This helps for children who have lost a lot of their documentation along the way if they're going through home to home or if they were never able to have these documentations. The adult preparation program will allow them to get the information that they need so that they can start their adult life. However, this bill did not institute any sort of implementation of programs and or benefits related to incarceration rates among foster children, although bills such as this are accessible to the general public, for example, governmental websites, and efforts such as this are not effectively communicated in facets like that or the media and news outlets in which foster youth are portrayed as delinquents and foster parents are getting rich off the system or abusing the children in their care. So this will allow, even though the bill is not going to go in with incarceration at all, this does allow people within the foster care or people without who don't even know anything about the foster care to educate themselves and find resources regarding ways to stay off that path and go onto the path to a successful adult life, rather than leading to homelessness and then drug abuse and so on and so forth.
Did you want to say when it was going to be effective?
Yes, and it will be effective by September 1st. They are in the process of voting on this bill right now, and so once this bill is passed, hopefully a lot of new plans will be implemented and these children can get the help that they deserve.
Finally, it is evident that there is an issue at hand within the positive positive representation within the foster care system. Finally, it is evident that there is a issue within the positive representation within the foster care system. So this is why we're going to be trying to rebrand the foster care system itself. There's often very issues within the public's perception, like we've talked about, how it's inadequate, and that there's a lot of issues within the system itself, and that's how the kind of public envisions it, and that's how the perspective is. But oftentimes it's associating kind of with also not only that, but also the money itself, and just the maltreatment and the way we're treating the children within the foster care system itself. So associations such as these kind of impact the population by investing in a system which they witness no other benefit by getting help from other people to help benefit us. Considering that there is an estimated $9 billion in annual costs distributed amongst the federal, state, and private agencies, especially making foster care a business, that's when we're doing supplies as a service to the consumer itself. Nevertheless, when we're doing this rebranding, we're going to change the overall image, because we believe that is necessary, and the purpose of doing this approach is to impact the sense of direction and the way we're wanting this new foster care system and the way we're wanting it to go in the future. The following strategies are often utilized when modifying a business, and that's what we're going to be using to modify our business. We're going to be listening to the perceptions of other people, where other people perceive us. We're also going to be utilizing social media, so we can be in constant communication with those around in the community and be able to talk and reach out to them. We're also going to be developing innovative products for our program and providing exceptional products that are exceptionally priced for our program. In particular, the utilization of social media and technology is the system, and it matters because it's a form that is kind of inexpensive, and it's a way to be able to communicate with others. And the studies have also shown that organizations that kind of use this program do have a big benefit, and they're actually able to I'm gonna cut that. And then it's just getting the generalization, constantly leveraging through technology, and just being there and kind of having a new face to our media.
Are you done?
And so we're gonna be having this, and then it's also going to impact with our stakeholders and shareholders and other agencies, and they're going to have an impact in that, within that, but also the parents and extended family and foster parents and other social workers are also going to be there to help with our rebranding and kind of reshaping the system.
Our group would like to conclude with a statement from meritorious political leader and philanthropist Nelson Mandela. He maintains that our children are the rock on which our future will be built, our greatest asset as a nation. They will be the leaders of our country, the creator of our national wealth, those who care for and protect our people. What does it say of our own confidence in the future of our nation if we do not take the necessary actions to support this impaired demographic of youth? These are youth that are socially and economically dependent on the general public. It is our duty to provide them with quality programs and tolerant policies that may allow them to become contributive members of society, to make them more than a generation that was simply nurtured and neglected. Thank you. So we would like to thank you for giving us your time and listening to arguments that we made and solutions that we proposed to improve the overall state of the foster care system. We have been PIT Group 2, covering the issues related to the foster care system. My name is Hannah Brock.
Again, my name is Emily Penny.
My name is Malin Hratzis.
And my name is Ashley Cox.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.